In the valley of Şırnak, work begins at 6:30. The first thing the miners have to do is take the 150-meter trip down a tube barely wider than a person. No one seems to care that they descend with a burning cigarette and without helmets. After only a few minutes, the first bucket of coal is hauled up. The miners are paid next to nothing by the distributor. But the miners are friends, and they share everything. They're united by this life-threatening work. Here, the foreman, Burhan Javlak, has managed to find a helmet, but only because of our camera. It looks like a suicide mission, but they won't allow themselves to be afraid.
Our only fear is that they're going to take away our jobs and our pay. In this region, there's no other work.
The standards are deplorable because the workers built these mines themselves. Ever since the disaster in Soma, the Turkish government has promised higher safety standards. But here at the border with Iraq, not much has changed. Working conditions are turn of the century. The miners have nothing more than shovels, pickaxes, and flashlights. There are no gas masks, and there's no emergency alarm. The mine itself has no supports, no emergency exits.
We take a big risk every day, but some of us have to feed 5 or 6 kids. What else can we do?
The work lasts at least 8 hours, while the hourly rate is a mere €2. And of course, they're not insured. Human rights activists claim that even children under 16 have to work the mines. But at least for today, it seems that none are around. Turkey is using less and less coal as cities are now heated by natural gas. Consequently, the coal prices are in free fall. Around the quarries, the landscape is ruined. Strip mining has left a huge crater in the valley. The Javlak family are Kurds, like nearly everyone in this region. The decades-long civil war between the army and the PKK is over, but the southeastern region of Turkey is still by far the poorest. After the war and oppression, families like the Javlaks want to escape poverty. But the state is threatening to close the mines. The Javlaks say that the authorities aren't bothered by the low safety standards, but rather that the families and miners want to work in self-managed mines. The families still feel as if they're being specifically discriminated against.
What I really wanted to do was become a doctor. But that opportunity is closed to a kid from this region. And if the mines were to close, then I'd have to take my family to Western Turkey to look for work, just like lots of other people have had to.
In Şırnak, there are fewer than 70,000 people, but there's at least one miner per family. People have the choice of dying in the mines or of starvation. At the beginning of the presidential campaign, there was a lot of talk about improving safety standards for miners, but that time has seemingly passed. Prime Minister Erdogan promised to help the families affected by the disaster in Soma. But thus far, little has been done. Only Şırnak's mayor has been fighting for the coal miners. He's fighting to save lives and jobs.
The current conditions and circumstances in the mines don't meet the necessary safety standards. More than 100 people have lost their lives because of this. So I support the miners' claims. They deserve more rights, the right to form cooperatives. And when the cooperatives are legalized, they can invest in safety standards. Then the workers will also have to be insured.
But for many families in Şırnak, it's coming too late. The Baysal family lost their father. Ali Baysal. his brother and a friend died in another mine at the end of May due to gas poisoning. It left his widow, Belkis Baysal, with 6 children. Now the family feels completely alone.
I saw my brother's body, lifeless, lying on top of others. There was no one to rescue them, no one to pull them out. I had to round up other miners. My brother was still alive. He could have been saved. At 12:30, we called an ambulance, but it took them 5 hours to get here.
The medics had 2 gas masks, but both of them were broken. The help for my husband came too late.
It all starts again the next morning. The miners ready themselves and hope for the best. Meanwhile, the government looks the other way.